MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace, and we'll call today's show Sweating to the Oldies.
Oh, yeah.
You ready?
I was sweating trying to, get here this morning. I'm telling you, it was
Come
crazy
on, Candace.
morning.
It wasn't bad, was it?
It was bad. If something could have went wrong this morning, it probably did at my house. So, yeah.
We all have those mornings that it seems no matter what you do, it just doesn't go right. Anything you touch, you drop.
It's the mornings, too, that I need to be, on my game, that everything goes wrong. So, anyway. Yeah, this morning I was putting my makeup on. I was telling Scotty Ray this. Went to put my makeup on, and I always, put my foundation, just squirt it, on my hand and dab it, Well, when I went to squirt it, it went all over my shirt, down my shirt. I had foundation down my shirt. So, yeah, that was the first thing.
And I guess it's almost like that rule of never wear the shirt that you're going to wear if you brush your teeth.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was in a hurry. I was, trying to get everything done early.
How many times have you ever got toothpaste all over everything in the sun?
Yeah, I mean, that is a bad thing, but, yeah.
I've done it.
Goodness.
Let us warn you.
Here.
I'm glad you made it.
I made it.
On your end of town, was there any fog where you come from?
It is foggy now. It's starting to lift. It's not as bad as it was when we first woke up this morning because it was awful. But still be careful because there's some areas, low-lying areas, that are still covered in fog.
Eastern Lauderdale County, eastern Kemper County is thick, even up through Macon, the eastern side, up to Stark Vegas there at the Humphrey Coliseum, all the way east to the Alabama line. If you'll look at this now, Meridian, Lauderdale County, Kemper County getting some of the worst. And let's cut across here. Let's turn to locations and let y'all see if you're watching from the edge of Alabama also. As you get over here just south of Livingston, look at that. Now, this is going to pick up about Rainbow Lakes here on I-20 there as you're headed there and you go through Toomsuba and you cross into the state line where McElroy Trucking is.
Yes.
All of that area thick. Even down here through Gilberttown, Alabama. Look at that. So, Crandall.
Y'all just be extra, extra careful today because, the log trucks are out in full force this morning already. Yeah. So, fog is just a dangerous thing.
It reminds you of that movie, what was it, Days of Thunder, when he goes through the smoke there in the race? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? You remember that one?
He can't see until it just clears at the end. You never know what's on the other side of fog.
That's right. Be careful. You never know what's under makeup, so make sure to...
Right.
I couldn't help that.
Well, anybody that knows me knows I'm not purposely going anywhere without it, so...
Well, most people, there are some that just go, hey, this is what I am. I ain't wearing makeup no more.
They're great for them.
It ain't you.
It ain't me, no. Mm-mm.
So do you do the makeup regardless of where you're going?
Yeah.
Do you ever do the pajama run?
No, I'm not. No, not unless there's a fire somewhere. I don't have time to get my clothes on or something.
Oh, that's funny.
But I've just always been that way though.
But a man, I guess it's easier. You can put a ball cap on and find your cleanest dirty shirt and head off into the wild blue yonder if you have to.
I envy those people who are just naturally don't have to put on any makeup. It's great. I'm not one of them.
I don't think there's nobody natural.
There are some women who don't have to wear makeup. They just look presentable without it. But,
boy.
I'm not one.
Let's wish a big, happy birthday. I have to say one of the most influential people that ever helped me in the radio business in Meridian, Mississippi is celebrating a birthday today, and we say happy birthday to Ken Rainey Sr.
Happy birthday, Ken.
I hope it's a great one there. A true friend. He's done so much for the Meridian area there, and there he is with his pup dog. Headed off into the wild blue yonder, as they say.
He's always so nice, too.
He is.
Just so friendly.
I saw Ken a couple weeks back. We were eating out, and I bumped into Ken, and it was so good to see him again. So, Cheryl, I hope you make him a great big old birthday cake, and y'all all celebrate there.
Yes. I grew up listening to him on the radio all the time. Every morning we had him on.
Couldn't help it. Some biscuits there. Yep. It's already Wednesday. It is hump day. I do hope your day is starting out well. We start out around just above 50, right out of that 40-degree mark. Now, let me warn y'all that temperatures are going to be a little bit different. As we talk about weather and this, that, and the other, I brought this up at 6:30, but let's quickly look at where we are today and what's getting ready to happen after this rain. As we pull this up, we're looking at 75 today, 57 for a low tonight. That's not bad, but look at here tomorrow night. 36, 37. And on Monday, we're jumping down to 32. So
Yes.
some cooler weather definitely in the forecast there at night.
Yeah.
So be ready for all that.
If you hadn't put your plants up yet, you might want to.
Oh, yeah.
For next week.
Can you grow them, or are you the person that has to buy the ferns every year regardless?
Well, I do buy the ferns every year because I don't really have anywhere to store mine. Some people have, places they can put them up, like a garage or something. I don't have that. But anyway, I just buy them every year.
That's probably the most abused plant in the entire world.
It probably is. Just let it die.
They die, go buy some new ones, slap them on the front porch, make it look good again. Let's say some good mornings to some folks that are up. And if you haven't said good morning and let us know where you're watching from, do so. We'd love to hear from you there.
Yes. Good morning to Kathy Thomas from Bailey and Andy Barnhills in Dalewood. Good morning. Steve and Wanda McKinnon and Cindy Skipper. Good morning to all y'all.
Oh, Lord, you done got a compliment. Terry Shelton said he don't think you need makeup.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Good morning to Charlotte
Thanks,
Gray
Dave.
watching us from all the way from Philadelphia. She says she's watching her redbirds outside. Those are the
I love
prettiest critters out there.
They are. And I can remember when it snowed one year and I could see the redbirds landing on the limbs of the tree. It was beautiful.
It is.
was
It's one of those
beautiful.
scenes.
Yeah.
Now, and you might be the superstitious that believe that is the dead coming back to talk to you. There's a lot of people that believe that. You ever heard that?
Yeah. I mean, that it's, a sign of a loved one who's passed on.
Checking on you,
Yeah.
so to speak there. I guess we won't know until we reach that point.
Right.
Andy Barnhill, good morning from the big city of Dalewood. Hope everything's great on the lake out there. Also, morning from Bond. Jenny McKay watching. Northwest Kemper, we got Lamar Hembry up today.
Ray Strabeck was watching from Hickory, I think, and Lamar Hembry. You just mentioned him.
Yeah,
I'm
Lamar
sorry.
there.
I'm sorry.
She never pays
I
me
ain't with it
attention.
this morning. But Wayne and Dolores Roberts, good morning, and they said have a blessed day. Joyce Godwin, good morning to you. Kim Volking, good morning from Quitman.
Again,
we got a bunch of watchers.
Yeah,
this
we do.
morning.
We appreciate each and every one of y'all. So again, let us know where you're watching from. As we look at things that are coming up, there's going to be a race in Meridian Saturday morning. And if you're into the fitness, it's going to be the Magnolia Marathon that'll take place. It'll start around 7 o'clock there at City Hall if you're into that. And they're going to have a lot of streets blocked off. I think, if I understand this right, there's two different races, one that's longer than the other.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot of people on the street. Pay attention as you're getting up Saturday and going out seeking donuts or coffee or whatever it is you do early on a Saturday, and be looking for that.
Right.
Congratulations to the Jimmy Rogers. We had them in a couple of weeks back, and they officially had their ribbon cutting yesterday afternoon, business after hours at the new building up by Anderson's Hospital. So,
Yes. They, I've been in that. It's an old house.
yeah.
I've been in it before. It's a beautiful home. So I can't wait to see it one day.
Yeah. So we're glad that happened for them, and they've got a new home there. Hope it all works out well for them. So what's on tap for you today? Have you already planned this Thanksgiving thing that is on the way? Down to the T?
No, I have not. I have not even gone to get the groceries for it. I have got to do that. I've been putting it off. So hopefully there'll be something left on the shelf when I go. I don't know.
Let's hope so there. But as Americans, we are, 8 days away now from Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We do hope you've got your plans all set up, that you've got your tablecloths already picked out. And the question is, are you the one who waits till Thanksgiving evening to throw up the tree, or have you already had and thrown it up?
Since we bought a new tree this year, I went ahead and put it up because I didn't want the big box just sitting in the house. I said, let's just go. And it was easy to put together. It's one of those you just pop it together and it lights up, So I have the tree with the just white lights, sitting in the corner. I'm going to leave it up. It's fine.
Well, my wife, Angie, has already started this Christmas. It's everywhere. It's coming.
Yeah, it will look like the North Pole.
I think she was already on Christmas tree number 6 yesterday. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking that one was a candy tree or something.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got a problem. I'm going to go ahead and say this. Once she gets it all together, I'll show some pictures of it. But it's just my wife does have this issue.
It's like a Christmas showcase at Scotty Ray.
It's a sickness.
I like it. It gets me in the Christmas spirit for sure.
And speaking of Christmas, how long is it to Christmas? I found the countdown until St. Nick comes, and that's where it is. 37 days, 15 hours, 50 minutes, and 0 seconds now.
Yes.
Can you believe it? 37 days?
No, and it will be here just like in the blink of an eye. So, I've still got to work on Christmas shopping a little bit. Not doing tons of shopping this year, but if you haven't even started, you might want to go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I always usually wait till about that week of to think about it, and it's usually the 23rd or 24th before I go, oh, yeah, I need to go do that.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't care. It's just that, well, I'm a man, and we do that.
Well, the women usually get the brunt of having to do the buying.
Yeah, there's,
you
can say what you want. You can call that sexist, but at the end of the day, that happens in the Deep South, I think, in most cases.
Yeah.
The wife is even normally in charge of buying something for the husband's mother. Am I not right?
I guess, yeah, maybe so. I mean,
That's usually how things happen. So I thought we'd do that. Everybody, let's see. Bill said he's got 2 trees up, one for the front window and one on the lounge. Saw Bill sing a little bit last night. Cool belt you got there, Bill.
I watched a little bit of it too last night. It's a good job.
Yeah, I was working late and caught a little bit of it there. Good morning, Tom Sykes. Glad to see you joining us as well.
Yes.
Hope it's a good day for y'all. Saw the picture of the caddy you posted a while ago.
Jackie Thompson, good morning from Union. Miss Lita Jo Horns up this morning watching. Good morning. And Ed Mehrhoff is watching from Arundel.
Oh, go ahead. As we turn to our friends to talk about them over at Godwin Cleaning Services, as we bring up the holidays, it's cleaning time. Get ready for whatever you've got going on for the Christmas holidays, whether it's your business or your home, and get everything spick and span before, well, you have your guest over. Harry Mary, and you get these cleaned very easily. If you've got a business and have one of these, have it soft cleaned. It'll look like new again, and you won't have to replace it. And in the end, that saves you money, and you don't have to pass on any more cost to anyone else. As you go to the home, boy, Brick, making it look new again. They can have this cleaned up for you in no time flat. Get rid of rust. If you've got any of this, even these electrical boxes that are on the side of your house for your air conditioners, they get rust. Look at that, how that looks. And then that's the after effect.
Yeah, I mean, some people might not know you could actually clean that off.
Yeah,
but
it's gone.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a special solution.
They do. Metal buildings, they'll look new again. Rust removal, talk to them about all that. And again, as you get ready for the holidays, make it look the greatest that it can. Whether it's a business, an office, or your home, your sidewalks, boy, they start to looking great. And especially this color brick there, you can have that cleaned and make it look great again.
Yes.
Even the rock. See them? Sidewalks, bricks, whatever the case is at your place, they'll do it for you. Godwin Cleaning Services. Talk to them and get ready for the holidays now. 601-253-8262 is the number to call.
I was injured on my job, and I applied for Social Security, but I got denied.
I thought that money belonged to me if I got hurt on the job. I just want to know how to get my money.
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Let me go to work for you and get the money you deserve.
Richard Schwartz cut all that red tape, and now I'm approved and getting my benefits.
Call me, Richard Schwartz, and get the answers you need and the compensation you deserve. We know the law, and we know how to help you.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we talk a little bit about local news of what's going on. The Meridian area last night, to my knowledge at this point, everything was smooth. Yesterday was a lot calmer day in our area than it was on Monday. No high-speed car chases, nobody doing anything horrible, just your normal stuff out there. So that's what went on. A few gunshots reported here and there, but nobody hurt.
Nice
so
for a change.
Thumbs up.
Right, yeah.
We like that. In Neshoba County yesterday, they handled an issue. If y'all remember back, I believe this was a couple years ago, of a man's body. He was a 19-year-old, and I call that a man. He's still a child, and especially to his family. But was found at the bottom of a pond with more or less concrete tied to him, bricks. And yesterday, a jury convicted James Kelly of the killing of this young man. He'll be headed off to prison before too long. That's a horrible thing that happened.
It is awful. See how people can be that way. I mean, how did...
Now, he has not been sentenced yet, but the death penalty was not on the table on this case for whatever reason. There was several involved. Others chimed in to help and done plea bargains in this case. We pass along condolences to the family. This hits home in Philadelphia there. We have a lot of people that watch us from the Philadelphia area, and we appreciate that. But sad when your community has something like this happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's somebody's child, somebody's son.
And the next story, this also involves you Neshoba Countyans and Mississippians as well. But, Bret Favre has a connection to the Philadelphia area. And I asked the question here, what do y'all think? should Bret Favre be held accountable for the interest on this $600,000 that Shad White said he owed? He never gave the performances. He has given back all of the money that he was paid, but Shad goes, wait a minute, you're no different than anybody else. You're not getting favors, and you owe interest just like I charge everybody else in this. The total is $228,000 that Shad White says that he owes in interest to the state of Mississippi. What do you think?
I mean, I guess if you owe it, you owe it. You know, you need to pay it. And I was kind of confused at first because I thought, well, why didn't he tell him he owed the interest when he told him he owed the other? But you said he did.
Yeah, he did.
So he knew he owed it, but he
But
refused.
Bret goes, I think he looked at it as, I don't owe that because I had a service, I didn't do it. All right, I've given you back the money, so I shouldn't show any. I shouldn't owe any interest. I think is what he was thinking. But everybody that goes through that office gets charged interest. And Shad said, I'm not cutting any deals because you're somebody famous. You owe it like everybody else. I would charge anyone else. And it's now been handed over to the Attorney General, Finch, I think is her name. So what will happen, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's touchy.
It's very touchy.
Because, I mean, if he gave back exactly what he got, you know.
Right. And then there's that
some
other
might
side.
think,
That's
well,
good
you're
enough.
you're getting a little greedy when you know.
But Shad White, who I'm telling you, I've never seen a state auditor clean house like this guy does. He gets down to the penny, and if he feels you owe it, he goes after you.
They need to send him up to Washington.
Yeah, he could start.
Yeah.
He could really do a good job there. Imagine him over the budget.
Yeah. Might get some stuff done.
But that's what's happening in the state of Mississippi with that case. And no matter how you feel, what you think, that is headed toward something happening with the Attorney General. I don't think with all the spotlight on this, she could go up and just walk away from it. I think she's got to address it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to just kind of let this slide under the rug at this point.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, Bret and Shad have not exchanged Twitter remarks lately either. They got into a little spitting contest one night, so to speak. So we'll see what happens there. Also in Mississippi, Tate has been out saying that he's already proposed this. And I think a lot of people will agree with this on Tate. I think some have had issues with him on this and that and the other, but he is proposing a critical CRT race, banning it in the state of Mississippi. Well,
I mean, I was wondering where he stood on the subject because, you know, I've said many times if that was to go into play, I would probably be homeschooling my child because I wouldn't want that introduced to them.
There's a lot of Mississippians who feel the same way that they would do that also. It is proposed. Now, there's a difference in it being proposed and it passing.
Right.
But he is showing that that's where his thinking is, and Mississippians most likely will be behind this for the most part. We'll watch that closely. I'm sure that we're going to have a lot more news to pass along on that as we go through this. Now, another big thing in the state of Mississippi tonight, no matter where you're watching us from, this is going to be one. It's 6 p.m. tonight. A gentleman named, what's his name over here? I got it written down. David Cox at 6 p.m. will be put to death in the state of Mississippi. Now, if you go back and you look at this man, I talked about this yesterday, done horrific crime, shot his ex-wife or girlfriend, whatever she was at the time, in the stomach. She's dying, and then he raped her daughter in front of her.
Just awful.
And that's not the only thing this man has done. It was a rap sheet, but that is what he got sent for the death penalty. Today in Jackson, there are groups protesting against the execution. I'm not sure that these groups, and I could be wrong, don't take me for word, but I'm not sure all of them really look into what a person has done before they go picket. Is that the word for it?
I guess protest, picket. How can you defend somebody like that in any kind of way? How?
It's disturbing. But that is going on in the state of Mississippi. And, of course, always to the last minute, the governor could make that call and make a stay of execution. I think is what the word on that is called. I don't see that happening, but could it? Yes, it could.
Yeah, I mean, the victim didn't get a chance to live her life.
No, she didn't.
And the daughter.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, look.
tragically.
You know your mom is dying, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. So many people, I'm sure, were affected.
Yeah. So that's some of the news that's happening in the state capital today. Betsy Holly joining us from Sugarlock says she got a little bit of fog up there this morning, so we hope everything works out there. As we continue what's going on in the state of Mississippi, missing persons happen. We still have not found the lovely lady from Kemper County that's been missing now for I don't know how many months now.
Oh, yeah.
That continues. We have another missing person in the state, in the city of Biloxi. And let's pull this up and show y'all what this is. This guy here is a musician. He was setting up his band. He's got a tattoo there. He was setting up his for a gig. He walked outside and never came back. He was reported missing on the 11th. That was 5 days ago. It was at Martini's Cocktail Bar in the Biloxi area. Mm-hmm. And he went outside and never came back. So we don't know.
That's crazy.
But again, that's what he looks like. If you see something, see him somewhere, you never know. Amnesia.
Yeah. Well, it says that his vehicle was seen later in the evening around 10 p.m. on a certain road. On Cedar Lake Road.
That's in the Biloxi area there. So that is one of the headlines there. I shared that. If you can share that, somebody, you never know who will see someone. Let's hope there's nothing to this and there's nothing bad has happened. But
right.
That's one of the headlines across the state of Mississippi as well there. As we mentioned, coming up, getting into Thanksgiving, if you've got to travel in the New England area, we'll word it that way, up into the Northeast, they are predicting a big storm is brewing and will be hitting the Northeast all through there next week in the Midwest, and is going to really affect travel in those areas. The Deep South looks to be at this point fine.
Like a winter storm.
Yeah. And as you look at this, pull this up on radar. Let me pull this up and show you where all of this would be nationwide. These areas here, up through here, all through there, it could see some significant snow next week.
Goodness.
So we'll see. Is the Farmer's Almanac more closer than what people are saying? Farmer's Almanac says it's going to be cold, and then you look at these predictions, they go, oh, it's going to be a mild El Nino type winter. I don't know.
What does the Almanac, say?
Almanac says it's going to be a very cold winter for us.
Now, my mother, she's a believer, and my grandparents were too, a believer in the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to read. I mean, I picked one up the other day. We were in Cracker Barrel, and they have them in there.
Right.
You know? And I was just kind of trying to look at it and see,
I actually need one of those because they do it yearly, and then it makes me wonder, well, who wrote this?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Because I don't know.
They pretty much are spot on usually.
Yeah.
But I had heard somebody say the other day that we were going to have a hard winter. So
if you go by the signs to the farmers, and I brought this up before, them little bugs, those caterpillar-looking things, it depends upon the color of them.
Oh,
and,
really?
Yeah, they're black and brown, and when supposedly they're that color, it's fixing to get bad. So we shall see, won't we?
Goodness. I hope it doesn't get just awful. I like cool weather. I like to see a little snow every now and then, but I don't like the, pipes busting.
Oh, yeah.
Ice storms, power out. I don't like all that.
Yeah, I don't fare well below 32.
Yeah.
And I'm still leaning, I truly am leaning toward that heated jacket with the batteries. I think at my point, since they gave me that medication, it makes me freeze all the time, my teeth chatter.
Yeah.
I might need one of those. But that's just a thought there. So be ready for chaos with airplane flights. If you have somebody flying in from that area, might want to leave a little earlier than the storm. Get there a few days.
Somebody was talking about the shot and people being, having to take the shot or lose their jobs.
Yeah.
I know yesterday my daughter was informed that at her work, anybody I think who takes Medicare. Now Medicare is kind of mandating, or I guess by the government,
Since that's a government program.
Right. They're being, anybody who accepts Medicare, their workers have to all be vaccinated.
And I think it's being pushed as well toward anybody that kind of works, has a federal job or has anything to do with the government. Let me word it that way. And that could be state or however that they're pushing that on them.
Yeah. But now, I mean, my daughter's pregnant. She has a blood clotting disorder. I mean, I don't know. It's just...
If you have a medical condition, I don't, and your doctor says no, I don't see how they can force you to do something.
Yeah, there are some exemptions, I guess it would be, but...
We hope.
Right. Well, supposedly it is, and, they have to go by those, but... Anyway, we'll see, but I'm so tired of all this. People need their jobs.
They do.
It's like, it's crazy.
Where will it end? We don't know. And then, of course, with the federal judge blocking that from Mississippi and Alabama and Texas, I don't know what that really means. Yeah. Will they say it doesn't matter what the federal judge said?
Yeah, I don't know what it really means either. I mean...
for the time being, it's blocked, but that doesn't mean that it'll stick.
Yeah. Do they have to still go by what they say? I don't know either. It's good to know they're trying to take a stand,
right.
At least.
But there's a lot of what ifs on this subject. It has changed so much. Will we ever know the truth is the question that I ask.
Well, I have a issue with, it's like somebody said, if it's so safe, then why are people not being held? Why is there no accountability if something does go wrong with it? Why are they like having you sign something saying nobody's liable? If it's so safe, That's
a good question.
So really, if you come down with some kind of issue,
right,
there's really nobody to blame, but it's not like it's your choice. It's kind of like you are backed into a corner to get it.
Correct.
So anyway, real controversial subject, but anyway.
Good luck with it there. As we look at things that are going on nationwide, we turn to what's going on with the Kyle Rittenhouse case. This is getting sticky, and people that don't know anything about guns, let's take a look at this prosecutor that was there.
One right there.
Has anybody seen this picture? He's
obviously he's never taken a gun safety class.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Pointing a gun at the jury is not good, even an empty gun.
Yeah. I mean, it's like somebody said yesterday, Alec Baldwin, they thought it was unloaded, too, the gun, or that it was safe.
Right.
Who knows? I mean,
now,
you don't know.
You dig deeper into this. 1 year ago, the attorney said at the end of the day, they're going to drop the gun charge case. They did. And most people look at this as just a way for the liberals that wanted to prosecute this and make this a big national case. Right. I keep hearing that this young man is going to sue and sue big all of these that accused him of this, that, and the other and made a spectacle out of him. The young man who...
Well, even the president.
Oh, well, yeah.
Saying that he was a white supremacist. I mean, and all this stuff. I mean, that, to me, that puts... thoughts in people's heads, that...
Yeah, and the White House said they weren't going to get involved with this, but this Jen Psaki, how do you say it? Psaki. They need to spell that different.
I know.
She said that she called him a vigilante yesterday. Now, again, you should mind your own business. If this is a national case that's in there, don't make... I don't care who the president is, what party they're from. Let the courts do their job before y'all start trying to... change what happens. And that's really what goes on there. If they say something, it kind of changes everybody's thoughts, they think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll watch what happens on that. And we are really, really concerned that coming up that there's going to be chaos when that verdict is announced.
Yeah, I think either way it's going to be chaos because there are people protesting on both sides outside the courthouse. And I think I've heard there's been a clash here and there between the two and, outside the courthouse. So,
and Jeremiah Johnson just made a good comment there about they have filed for a mistrial for withholding video evidence. And they did. They've done several things that weren't on the up and up.
If they acquit him, though, he's not really needing a mistrial.
Correct.
But I guess they put that in there just in case.
Because if it's a mistrial, you can be charged for it again.
You can be tried again.
Right. That's the word I was looking for.
But they have to use all the same evidence. And I think, I don't know, though, if they were withholding a video now, could they introduce it the next time?
That's a good question.
So, yeah.
They wanted to paint the young man as bad as they could. It's a bad situation. But those people
really,
that he was involved with were there to do harm to others. Make no mistake, their star witness is not a choir boy.
I watched last night on Tucker Carlson. He showed another incident, I guess in that same city, maybe, where a business owner had ran outside of his business. Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
He ran outside of his business trying to protect his business, and they just ambushed him, beat him, knocked him to the ground, and somebody comes up again with a skateboard, it looked like, and slammed him in the head. And the man is laying, looking like he's lifeless. I don't know if they killed him or not.
Right.
But he looked lifeless. Blood pouring from his head face down. It was awful. And he said that's just one of the many, many incidents that you haven't heard about. It's just awful.
And I totally don't understand. And we watch this. They got 500 National Guard standing by. I'm not sure 500 guardsmen is enough on this. Pull all stops out. Right. Before it starts, put an end to it. Don't let your city burn. Don't let people tear up things because they're angry. We are Americans. We don't do that. And if someone does try to stop it. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, it's like someone had mentioned yesterday. They were hollering outside the thing. They were yelling like, no justice, no peace. And I think it was Glenn Beck maybe. He said, that's a direct threat, When you say no justice, no peace, it's a direct threat.
Right.
So I think they should be, held accountable for that. I mean, I think they should get rid, they shouldn't be able to protest yelling those type things. Because that's enticing people to cause violence.
You go into these movie stars, and I'm not going to call her name. I think I know it, but I'm not 100% sure. But, how they made a big deal about the January 6th thing. What about those protests they had out there where they were saying burn the White House and do bad things to the president back in those days? I don't think.
Well, Madonna said she wanted to bomb the White House. Yeah. I mean, it's, and then what?
But nothing was done to her.
Johnny Depp was talking about, when's the last time somebody assassinated a president? Like he was thinking about it. It's just crazy what they can get away with when everyday people would be nailed to the wall.
That's right.
It's crazy.
What's the old saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
Shouldn't be a double standard.
No, it should not. No, I don't care what party you're from. You shouldn't say things like that, make statements like that.
Well, if you entice like stuff like that, if you're out there yelling things that you're trying to get people,
Yeah.
I just think that people should be held more accountable. But
that's our thoughts on that. And before long, that verdict is going to be reached. They're headed back to the courthouse today. I just want to warn y'all, that's going to be a huge news topic as we will sit and watch it unfold.
Well, they say too, it's not. They're expecting a nationwide impact.
Yeah, it won't only happen in that city. It's going to happen. I see what you're saying on that.
Yeah, they're thinking that it could trickle on down to other areas.
Have mercy. Y'all keep a prayer for our nation as we come about with that. We've got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace. Y'all stay close.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville are passing along these great savings this week. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 49 cents a pound. Fresh yellow onions, 3-pound bag, 2 for $3. Cairo Surf, 16-ounce, 2 for $5. Piggly Wiggly cranberry sauce, a 14-ounce can, only $1.29. Select New York strips, $6.99 a pound. And Genio turkeys, $1.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Okay, we can't show any more turkeys to Candace.
Said I'm starving. That looks good.
Turkey is that not? I am one of those. I love white meat.
Yeah,
I'll eat dark meat, but boy, let me tell you what, that breast, I go all out on that. I just love it.
Yeah, I like. I'm not a big turkey fan though.
You're not?
Mm-mm. I mean, I like a little bit of turkey, but I'm just not a big turkey fan. I'd rather have.
So what do y'all cook?
Now, I do like deep fried, Cajun injected deep fried turkeys. Those are great.
So what do y'all do on your Thanksgiving table?
I mean, we usually have a
yard
turkey.
bird?
No, We usually have a turkey breast, but I don't get a big, huge turkey and cook it and stuff.
All right, let's back up here now. You're married now. This ain't all about Candace. It's about it's about your man.
We would rather have a ham.
No. She ain't been married.
I say we because we would rather have a ham. No, look, I would probably, if I cooked the big turkey, you ever seen Christmas Vacation when they're sitting at the
and
it looks wonderful. It looks great until you cut into it and it goes, psst, nothing left to it.
But this is, again, officially your first Thanksgiving married to old Kurt, right? Were y'all married last Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we've been married a year in March, so.
Yeah, okay.
March was a year.
All right, so you did make it through one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've done fine.
I'm just checking. I want to make sure that you know what you're doing.
No, we do. And usually he'll do the meat on the grill, like put on a smoker or something, and then I do the dressing and the rest of the stuff.
Because I'm telling you, most divorces are caused by food, not cooking the right thing for your man. And I want to make sure that y'all are good. I got you together, and I want you to stay.
We're good. We're good.
Let's go back and take a walk down memory lane of some things that happened on this date. Let's go back to 1925. You go, well, I wasn't born then, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I bet you know this guy's name. Rock Hudson was born on this date back in 25. And, of course, he was the heartthrob for many, many, many years in movies and things. He was the number one box office guy there for a long time.
What was he on? What sitcom was it? Was it Dynasty? What was it?
Macmillan and Wife, he was on that, and I'm sure there were some more. But
yeah, he was on some kind of...
He was not, I wasn't a big, I love Rock Hudson type guy, so I never kept up with him. So... Anyway, this next guy, I think you will remember because it's such a cool song. He's done other songs, but he will go down in history remembered for one song and one song only. And that would be Sundown, You Better Take Care. You know that one?
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot celebrating a birthday. Who sang The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald? That wasn't him, was that Gordon Lightfoot also?
I don't know. I don't know that song unless I heard it.
7-minute song about in the ship. I just don't remember. For some reason, I got it in my head that he may have sang that also. Okay. But Sundown, by far, was his biggest one. And that song was featured on The Blacklist not long ago. If you're a big fan of that TV show, I love that one.
Okay.
But, and it was him. He did do it. The Edmund Fitzgerald. It was about a boat. And it's real life. It sinks, and he just goes through the whole thing of how they all died on the ship there. Goodness. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. How can you be in your 40s and not know that?
I might have heard it, but I just have to listen to a song because I don't know. I don't know. You know the names of all these songs. You can recall verses of the songs, and I don't know how you do that.
I'm just trying to help you through life.
I can't remember what I did yesterday.
The first time I saw this little fella, it was a TV show called Taxi that I saw him on. And there was another little guy that couldn't speak English, but it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
In looking back, and I'm sure MeTV probably plays this at some point, but Danny DeVito was born on this date back in 1944. And wasn't he also in that movie about the divorce, The Roses or something, where they were getting a divorce and they were...
War of the Roses.
War of the Roses, and they tore the house up, something like that?
I don't know what he would have been in that. I know that... Michael Douglas and what's her name that's got the rough voice? She just kind of sounds manly.
That's half the women in Hollywood.
What is her name?
Anyway, like Mr.
those two were the main characters. I don't remember him in it, but I remember him playing with Arnold Schwarzenegger in, what was it, Twins?
Twins. But it was some divorce show that he was going through, and that may not have been the name of it, but it was cute. It was 1939 on this date. Throw Mama from the Train.
I thought he was in that too, yeah.
That was funny. Kathleen Turner is who you were trying to...
Yes, that's who I'm talking about. She kind of,
Angie Guy would remember that.
manly sound,
And Katharine Hepburn, after she had her stroke, had a very deep voice. Sharon Stone, we're getting there. She done that other scene there.
Okay.
Alpha was a great film also, Bill Reinhardt said. Okay. As we look at our next item here, it was 1939, and it's not 100% sure known, but this is either the first or one of the closest stage performances this man ever walked on stage and done. He was 16 years old on this date, and Hank made his first stage appearance there. And that is the most famous car probably behind the General Lee in the world.
That's pretty.
Yeah, 1953 Caddy. Drop top. And, Hank Jr. drove that car to high school, drove around in it everywhere, didn't think anything about it, and it has become one of the most treasured items that is out there at this point.
It's pretty.
That's the car Hank died in.
Old cars.
Love them. I was never that guy as a kid
Hated
that
this
could
movie.
watch this.
I did not like this movie. I remember when this movie came out. And I remember those teeth
Yes.
that he had. Oh, I couldn't watch it. I don't like scary stuff, though. I never have since I was little.
1979, this premiered on this date, Salem's Lot, and that just was spooky. I am not going to watch spooky stuff, y'all.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I didn't go to the Bailey Haunted House, and I ain't watching.
Yeah, give me a funny movie.
I know that other media networks went through it and filmed it. We ain't. We ain't doing it.
Yeah, we ain't doing it.
We just gonna go ahead and tell you out front. I'll go stay in a haunted house, but I ain't doing that.
I can't believe that you stay in a haunted house.
Yeah, don't bother me.
Oh, well, you must not believe they're haunted then.
Well, I do.
You kind of got that
Because
skepticism.
I know something is real. I don't know what it is. There's things out there that you can't explain, as Charlie Daniels said.
There are definitely things you can't explain, and I don't want to mess with them.
I have to agree with you on that. Let's see what else went on this day. I bring up this next guy. For the majority of us, I only know the name of the band. I couldn't name one song that they do, but he is from Mississippi, one of the band members. Born in Jackson, Mississippi. They're a big group now. Mm-hmm. It's not exactly country. It's just classified as that on the music charts. The band Perry. Mm-hmm. Reed Perry was born on this date back in 1980 over in Jackson, Mississippi. We've had... a lot of musical artists come out of the great state of Mississippi and go on. It was 2003. We see another typo before we throw this up on your large television screen. So I'll go ahead and tell you, oops, before it gets there. But Don Gibson passed away on this date back in 2003. Mm-hmm. And I will turn to Candace and ask the loaded question, do you know the song that made him famous?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well, you tell me and I'll tell you.
Oh, Lonesome Me.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Is it the Oh, Lonesome? Yeah,
that's it?
Yeah. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to put y'all through it.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah. I do remember that song.
He had another song, and it's just not coming to me at this moment there. Also, back in 2003, this name will not jar your memory, but the event you will remember. John Mohammed was convicted back in 2003. And this was a time, let me throw this up on the screen, that in Washington, D.C., if you were buying gas, you really had to duck behind your car because this guy was parking and shooting from a trunk and killing people. Mm. He had a 17-year-old accomplice that helped him do all this.
It was the sniper.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
10 people died before he was caught.
It's awful.
And again, my mind, I guess, cannot get into the mind of a criminal of what would make somebody want to do that.
Now, would they consider him like a domestic terrorist? I mean,
I would.
I would too. I would consider that when you killing multiple people and
for no reason.
Yeah.
And I hope he rots there. I hope he never gets out. That's my thoughts on that, my 2 cents this morning. It was also 2003. He couldn't speak very well, and I still have trouble understanding when he talks in public. But he was elected governor of the great state of California back then. Arnold Schwarzenegger was sworn in on this date. Another movie star there. We would soon find out a little after that the maid turned him on and his wife didn't. And he might have had a love child.
I was going to say, didn't he have a child?
He did. And this...
Are they still together?
No. She went ahead and said, you go on over there with your love child.
Yeah, go on with whatever.
It also proves that your spouse may not run off from you because the other one is attractive. Mm. It's like Fred Sanford said. She looked like the part of the Polaroid that you peel off.
The wife or the maid?
Girlfriend.
The maid?
The maid.
So is he with the maid now?
No, okay. I don't think he wanted to make any public appearances.
She's just getting her check every month, probably.
Yeah, I would say so. But again, It's not about beauty. It was about somebody paying you a compliment. And apparently he liked the compliment there.
Yeah.
That's been said a lot there.
She liked his accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to go with that. Let's see here. 2014, Collinsville, Mississippi's own, who went national, worldwide known, Jimmy Ruffin passed away on this date at the age of 78 back in 2014. And there's a mural of him downtown Meridian also at this point. So that was a big deal there from Meridian, Mississippi to have someone like that. And again, we've got so much talent right here, right now. There's somebody that is watching us right now that will become a worldwide name. Mm-hmm. It is. It's out there. Just hasn't been discovered yet.
That's right. There's famous people. Diamonds in the rough everywhere.
Yeah, that's the way to put that. Mm-hmm. So thoughts on that? Let's turn to our friends over at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. That's where you'll find Ron and his friendly staff there to help take care of you. They've been doing this since 1932, and the Christmas shop is wide open. If you need anything Christmas, come on down.
It's beautiful. I've got to go get some ribbon. I saw some I wanted the other day. I hope they still have it. But,
It's
super nice people.
And maybe you're the type that likes those ornaments that you go out and you get a particular one each year. They got all that.
Yes.
So see them there. The gift shop, lots to choose from there. With anything that comes to deer season, now it's loaded with this. As we get into this, whether you're looking for deer cocaine, if you're looking for corn, or you're looking for the triple action corn there, it's got the mix there. Mm-hmm. If you've got a deer hunter on your list, drop by for a Christmas gift from there. You can even do the ton of corn gift certificate there for Christmas, and then come back and get it later. You don't have to tote it. What a present that would be.
Don't you know somebody stacked a few of those in a box and wrapped it up under the tree?
Oh, you know it's happened.
You think? I know.
From Deer Cameras, we are Deer Hunting Central right here, where you can get the regular camera with the SD card or to your phone, the easy way where you don't have to go to the woods. It'll let you know what's there 24/7. Mm-hmm. Of course, Tinks, as we get ready for, that season's coming there when doe and heats happen. If you need a pop-up blind, deer season kicking off this weekend, by the way. Mm-hmm. We got boots and a whole lot more for that working man with pet supplies and anything that you might want there in the gift shop. We'll take you through it all there at the co-op. Corn, a whole lot more with guns and ammo. See them today, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151.
Making my way back home from the grocery store, I was struck by an 18-wheeler. It was horrible. My life changed in an instant, and I discovered I needed help.
I'm Mississippi Attorney Richard Schwartz. I'm proud to represent the people of the great state I call home.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we got a few minutes left here. We got another 20 minutes with you. Yes. What happens when you're involved in a car wreck that is horrendous? And the only thing that I can say about this is God had to be on your side. Mm-hmm. We go to Washington State. Let me click on this picture to show you what happened. And let me paint the picture of what went on. You're sitting at a bridge, traffic is backed up, you're sitting there like this. The car behind you doesn't stop, doesn't see you for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's don't say it's a car, it's an 18-wheeler. Mm-hmm. Look at this and what happened to this lady. She lived through this.
How in the world?
That was a Nissan Altima is what that used to be.
I mean, she had to have been down in the floorboard in a little area or something. I don't know how you'd live through that.
They say that is not one single scratch was on her. I want you to, here's the front of this. Look at this. Look. Wow. But somehow.
God was definitely on her side. Yes, watching out for her.
She how can you, other than God being on with you? She crawled out of I'm telling you, without a scratch there. And that's good news for her.
Thank goodness.
You would look at that and think somebody has passed away.
Yes. Definitely.
So Chad Fox said that was Jesus helping out there. Jan Bushman.
Nothing but.
Jan, I bet she's got her makeup on this morning.
I bet she does too. The hair fix.
Oh, Lily Hampton. I hadn't talked to you in a few years. I hope you're doing well there. Mm-hmm. Peggy Simmons joins us, and she says it was only God that could have helped out with that.
That's right. If people who don't believe, I just don't understand it. Because, I mean, there's so many instances where it could only be God.
That's right.
Helping you. So, but.
There you go. Let's see here. As we look at what voters are thinking out there, say you voted for Joe and Kamala and you thought, wow, I made the right decision. Mm-hmm. They're rethinking that now. Yeah. 61% of the voters say that Kamala don't need to be with him anymore. Mm-hmm. So where will this go? Now, as we look at another news story that Fox News is talking about, Jesse Waters, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He used to go out and do the interviews on the street for Bill O'Reilly.
And he's on the Fox 5 the 5 at 5 or something like that.
Yeah, he's moved up the ladder at Fox News. But he says that she may be replaced before then, that there's some, and again, this is all rumored, the rumor mill of what goes on in Washington, that there's a group and it has to be voted on in the House, that there's a special session called, and he goes, primarily what that group does is vote on vice presidents. Is it all rumor, or is something up? And you'll
Who
see
in the world would they replace her with? That's kind of scary.
Oh, I hope it ain't that H word. Ooh. Lord help me. Hillary back up in there. I don't know.
No, I think, I don't know.
What is are you thinking Michelle?
Well, I'm thinking that was a shoe-in anyway. At one time, they were thinking about that, from what I understand, putting Michelle Obama in there. I don't know. Who knows?
Will this happen? We're not sure. But that is the rumor mill. And there are a lot of, and again, that's speculation. It's all rumor of what's going on in Washington. You could never tell what's really going on there. If you've ever watched that movie, The House of Cards, it's that times 25 times worse than that. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about cutthroat. If you think you work in a bad business to where people will cut you to get ahead, to get a raise, or to get a bigger Christmas bonus, imagine what those Washington sharks are like in that swamp. I don't want to go near it. It would take a special person to want to go up there and, well, not get paid for anything they do and let the entire country talk about them and run them down and cost their family business lots of monies. Reckon who that was?
I don't know. Look, if you can replace the vice president, though, why can't you replace the president?
That's going to happen, I think.
So.
It's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. And the move may be vice president first, then they move into the presidential slot, and then they replay. That could be what's up.
Yeah.
Y'all pay close attention to what's up. Tyson Foods. Anybody know who I'm talking about there? They are a big player when it comes to the meat industry in the United States. They say, get ready, beef is going up 33% before Thanksgiving. Their prices are getting ready to be.
It is up. I mean, like a roast, the cost of a roast is crazy.
Yeah, but they're saying even more than it is now. So if you hadn't bought your groceries yet, go on down quickly today before the prices hit the store shelves and it starts affecting everybody there. Do you remember the big issue that was made about the Border Patrol and the horses, where they were accusing the Border Patrol of whipping?
Yes.
Well, that was not true.
They were using split reins, and they say that can look like that when you're pulling on the horses.
Yeah. They never hit anybody. They never done anything. And then Biden promised to prosecute to the fullest extent and made a big deal out of it. Why? Because it took the heat off of him of not doing his job. As you get down to it, the Department of Homeland Inspector General says that was never brought before him. It was never a word uttered from the White House on anything. Why? They knew they were wrong. That was all a ploy to throw the heat off of them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Don't believe your politicians all the time, folks. Don't believe half of the headlines that you see. Even pictures can be misleading. And those pictures it's just like Candace just said, the way the reins, they're split.
Well, they're split reins. So they were calling it a whip or something. I don't know. Or saying that people were being whipped. That's ridiculous.
And it was an optical illusion, the way the picture was taken. And if you looked at it from a different angle, that wasn't happening at all.
When you pull the reins, I'm not a big horse person. I'm sure Delina could tell us a lot more than what I'm telling. But if you pull the reins and they're split reins, they're going to swing, through the air. So it's going to look, if you hear something, just wait just about a week or so. It'll be debunked.
You're right.
Really, don't take it into consideration till about.
The Kyle Redding thing.
Yeah.
You have to look at that. They had that fella just going out and popping people just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
He was protecting himself. So there's always two sides to every story, every political story. Let me say that.
Yes.
Let's talk about our friends. When it gets ready for bad weather, what do? The Precast Group want to be there for you. Why? Well, you want a safe place to go, and that's what they do. They specialize on this right here in Meridian, making these. I know you've seen these pictures a couple of times, but hey, they're great. They want to protect you. Call them today, 482-0003. These things are 100% concrete. They weigh 20,000 pounds. They're bolted to your slab if you're building your home. It can be installed afterwards. All of this is made right here in Meridian, from the steel all the way to all of this concrete. They're bolted in. Nothing's going to penetrate that. They've got pictures that they can show you. It's great. Now, if you want one in the ground, this outside, underground, they can do it several ways, all the way hidden like that, or partially in the ground. Whichever way you prefer, that's easier for you to get in and out of. Be safe. And then after you get this installed, go ahead and call down to the Lima office and Odile mark it so that they'll know that you've got a storm shelter at your home in case it's ever hit. See them. 482-0003 is the number to call. People right here in our community. I go to church with them, and I promise you they're good people. They want to help you. See them today. The Precast Group couldn't get any better, keeping you safe.
I'm Kim from Tupelo, Mississippi, and it took one call and that was all. I called my Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz, and he got me $335,000.
If you need me, Mississippi, remember, one call, that's all.
Okay, let's go to the world of why are they even teaching. This bothers me.
Mm-hmm. They should screen people, like heavily screen them before they let them
be a teacher,
a
college professor.
In some of these areas.
And I say this, there's nothing wrong with going and getting a degree in college, a master's, just a regular 4-year degree, or a PhD. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you have a child going, be sure of where your child is going, because they are heavily influenced by school teachers now that have other agendas for your children. We go to Virginia for this headline today. A university professor has sparked a fury, claiming that it's okay to have sexual attraction to children.
It's not always immoral, they say.
Now, he released this early yesterday morning in an interview, saying that he thought it was okay to Google at children or goggle.
It says he wants to destigmatize pedophilia.
Yeah. Let me show you a picture of this guy. This is the guy, this is the teacher. There he is. Mm-hmm. Since that, he has been, what's the headline here? Let me look over at this. He's been placed on leave. Thank goodness. It's not good for teachers to believe that it's good to stare at children in any shape, form, or way.
Because it is, I'm sorry, there's nothing moral about that.
No, it's not.
No.
Angela says train station time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, folks, as I said, there's nothing wrong with doing a trade either. College is not for everybody.
Right.
But the worry is of what they're teaching in our colleges. Can we take back our colleges now? The bigger the university, the bigger the state, the fancier the price tag is, the more, what's the word I'm looking for? This way they go, to where it's not what real Americans think. And when I say real Americans, I'm saying middle America. Your common working man that gets up every day, goes to work, cares about his family. It's those people. I don't even know.
Well, you want to send your kids off to college thinking, they're getting a great education and that you can trust, the institution where they're at,
Yeah.
And then they have someone like that thinks it's okay,
to stare at children.
Right.
It ain't all right down in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana, anywhere in the South. I know we don't believe that. And also there's a lot of great folks. And I say that. I know there's people that are watching us from all 50 states.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank
Y'all don't
God
believe in
for
that
teachers.
either.
Thank God for teachers.
Yes.
'Cause I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't have the patience to be a teacher. I just couldn't. But we thank God for teachers.
We do.
And for the most part, I think teachers have a good heart and they mean,
but there
all
are
the
those
best
few.
for the children. But just like in any profession and any people,
Correct.
there are, few bad ones here and there.
But, always look at your class list for your children.
Yeah.
They got some stuff out there that makes you scratch your head and go, why, oh, why, oh, why is that even being offered?
Well, right. And I think a lot of things were brought to light when people were stuck at home having to do everything.
Yeah.
And so the parents got to see a lot more, and I have not witnessed anything negative in our, for our children here where we are in our state, but I've just heard in other states, other
and again,
situations.
I'm pushing these major universities, that are out there that have these courses, that have professors that are odd, they're a little different. And a quick headline, let's see here. Ron said, I think most people missed your Yellowstone reference, the train station. Mm-hmm. That handles a lot of things there. Yeah. Lawsuit-wise, what are going on? The guy, the Travis Scott concert that happened, he's being sued for $750 million. I think the count is at 10 or 11 people that have passed away from that concert now. $750 million is what they're suing him for. He enticed it is what they're putting it. Yeah. Jan called it liberal colleges.
Let me ask, is he the guy who had the sneakers out with the devil stuff?
No, different one, but he does have sneakers.
Okay.
That's that Nick's guy.
Well, I'd heard somebody the other day, it was a priest on one of the network shows and was talking about how he thought that this concert kind of had
satanic
type substance to it. Like the decorations and like
it looked
like his shirt might have had a few like little demon things walking. I don't know. It was crazy. But like fire and,
they had all that.
Yeah.
But it was 2 different people, and he did have some sneakers that were coming out, and they've put that on
Right.
hold until this passes.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was the same person.
We want to say thank y'all. Thank you for letting us in your homes, your car, wherever you're watching us from. It was very nice of you.
Yes. We appreciate each and every one of you and love to, be here every morning.
We'll be back tomorrow morning beginning at 8. Don't forget, and thank y'all for dropping by and spending time with us here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by